Hey everyone, it's the Honey Badger here, and we're doing a little bit more work on the GX. Specifically, we're gonna mess with the headlights. So to start, we're going to buff them because they are very oxidized. Our UV protective coating that would have been from the factory is worn off, so now they're starting to get really foggy. There's some cracks in it down here too. Fog lights are the same, but we're probably gonna do something different with the fog lights in the future. So just headlights today. There's also something very much like dead and dark. I don't know if it's a big bug, beetle, bumblebee, something. It's hard to tell, but there's something dead in there. But they just don't look great. So we're gonna work on them by just buffing them to start. This is kind of our baseline. This is where we're starting at. We'll start here. Maybe this video comes out and we just do it a buffing and then we'll do a replacement later on. Not exactly sure, but let's just start here. This is how they look. Let's get to buffing and see how they look in just a minute. All right, we made it through multiple coats of sanding. So we did the main sanding, which takes off most of the yellow. Secondary sanding, which kind of makes those darker scratches go down, obviously, to become finer. Then this is the wet sanding. Now, I can't remember exactly, but this is kind of what they looked like at the start. Obviously, but a little bit more clear, less yellow. I think there's just gonna be a little bit of yellowing, still, but I think they look a lot clearer. Now I think it's just time to polish and then put the UV protectant on. I think that's a step a lot of people miss, and that's what will make them yellow way quicker once you've done this once, because you need the UV protection. So we'll make sure we put that back on too, but let's go ahead and polish now and see how clear we can make these. And there we have it. Obviously, from the before to now the after, big difference. These look a lot better. Now, I wouldn't call them new. We still obviously have the cracks at the bottom. You can see small spidering too just throughout the plastics. That's not gonna fully go away. But compared to how it was, it looks really good. Pretty pleased with the result. Now, like I said, this probably isn't a long-term solution. I had this stuff lying around from a previous video, or from not a video, but project that I had. So I had this stuff available. I'll leave you links down below in the description too, so you can try out these products if you want to do something similar. But for now, for me, this looks a million times better. I think the big thing a lot of people miss when they do something like this is they forget to put a UV protectant coating over the headlight. We just finished doing that. So these will actually be able to not immediately start to yellow again, because if you don't have a UV protectant coating over your plastics, that's what makes them brittle, that's what makes them break, that's what makes them yellow. So if you don't do that, you're gonna have problems come back sooner than later. So all the links to everything I used are in the description, so you can check out what I used for this project. But pretty pleased with the result. Like I said, this is probably not the end game for this vehicle, because I'm gonna probably go some more black accent stuff and maybe black housing versions of headlights. We'll see. But for now, these look way better and will give me way nicer clarity and bright lights at night. So I'm pretty pleased about that. But like I said, that's it for this video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on future content. Please leave a like. It really does help the videos and it helps me fund more projects in the future. But other than that, I'll see all of you guys in the next video.